Imagine this. You're walking down a familiar path, your feet pressing into the dirt, the sounds of the world around you humming like they always do. And then, nothing. You blink, and you're gone. There are missing persons cases that baffle investigators. People who vanish without a trace, leaving behind only questions. But then there are the disappearances that defy logic, ones that seem to have ties to something beyond our understanding. From hikers who step into the unknown to entire groups vanishing overnight. These 5 cases have eerie connections to the supernatural. Are they just coincidences? Or did something unexplainable take them? Here are 5 strange disappearances linked to the supernatural. Number 5. The vanishing of Lars Mittank. Lars Mittank was just a regular 28-year-old German tourist on vacation in Bulgaria. He was having a great time with friends, enjoying the sun, until a small altercation at a bar changed everything. A fight over a soccer team left Lars with a ruptured eardrum, preventing him from flying home. He stayed behind in a cheap hotel near the airport. But something changed. He became paranoid, terrified. He called his mother, whispering that he was being followed, that people want to kill him. Then, on July 8, 2014, CCTV footage at the airport captured something chilling. Lars suddenly ran out of the terminal, sprinting like his life depended on it. He disappeared into the wilderness, never to be seen again. Some say he suffered a mental breakdown, but others claim something far stranger. Was Lars being chased by something we couldn't see? His last known words to his mother were, "What is happening to me?" And that remains the question no one can answer. Number 4. The mysterious case of Brandon Swanson. On May 14, 2008, 19-year-old Brandon Swanson was driving home from a party in Minnesota. It was late, and he somehow veered off a gravel road into a ditch. He was unharmed, but his car was stuck. So, he called his parents for help. They got in their car and drove to where Brandon said he was. But when they arrived, there was no sign of him. Brandon, still on the phone, insisted he could see city lights and was walking toward them. His father stayed on the line, listening as Brandon walked. Then, suddenly, there was a loud noise, a gasp, a thud, and the line went dead. Sound of dead silence, phone static. Despite an extensive search, Brandon was never found. No clues, no body, nothing. Some believe he fell into a river, but others, they think something else took him. Was it an otherworldly force? A time slip? A portal? To this day, his disappearance remains one of the most baffling in U.S. history. Number 3. The paranormal disappearance of James Tedford. James Tedford was a World War II veteran living in Vermont. In 1949, he was traveling home by bus after visiting family. Witnesses confirmed he was there, sitting in his seat, staring out the window. But when the bus reached its final stop, James was gone. His luggage was still in the overhead compartment. His seat was untouched. But James had vanished into thin air while the bus was moving. The strangest part? This wasn't the first mysterious disappearance in the area. James lived in a small town called Bennington, which sits in the infamous Bennington Triangle, a hotspot for bizarre vanishings and alleged paranormal activity. Had James slipped through a portal? Was he abducted by something we can't explain? All we know is this: James Tedford got on that bus, but he never got off. Number 2. The eerie disappearance of the Sauter children. On Christmas Eve, 1945, the Sauter family home in West Virginia went up in flames. Parents George and Jenny Sauter escaped with 4 of their 10 children. But the other 5? They were never seen again. What's truly chilling is that no human remains were ever found in the ashes. Experts say the fire wasn't hot enough to completely incinerate bodies. So where did the children go? Over the years, the Sauters received strange clues. A photograph of a young man who looked like their missing son, creepy phone calls, and alleged sightings. Many believe the children were kidnapped, possibly by a sinister group. Others suggest something supernatural. Perhaps something took them. Even today, the case remains one of the strangest unsolved disappearances in American history. Number 1. The impossible case of David Lang. It was September 23, 1880, in Tennessee. A farmer named David Lang was walking across his field while his wife and 2 children watched from a porch. Then, in broad daylight, he disappeared. Not ran, not fell, vanished. His wife screamed. His children ran to where he had been standing. But there was nothing. No hole in the ground, no strange markings, just empty space. For months, they searched, but David was gone. Then, as if the story wasn't eerie enough, his young daughter swore she could still hear his voice, faintly calling for help, until it faded forever. Some claim this story is nothing more than an urban legend, but others? They believe David Lang slipped into another dimension, into a space where he could never return. And if that's true, how many others have disappeared the same way? Some disappearances can be explained. Others remain mysteries. And then there are cases like these, where the answers seem to stretch beyond the natural world. Did these people fall victim to the unknown? Or are we simply missing a logical explanation? Either way, these stories serve as chilling reminders that sometimes people don't just disappear. They vanish, and we may never know why. Like, share, and subscribe for more chilling mysteries and crime stories.